Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Today I'm going to be doing the tarot reading for November for the people who were born under the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune or the Sun. So I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be using the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. I've reviewed this deck on my channel and I will give you a link in the description box below. If you don't know what your tarot birth card is, I have done a video on how to calculate it and a video on what it means for you, and I will link them in the description box below as well, because at the moment YouTube is not playing ball with me and it's not allowing me to leave cards left or right. If it does appear, great, but if not, you'll find it in the description box below. So without further ado, let's begin. So what do we need to hear for our highest good, please? What do my Magicians, Wheels of Fortune and Suns need to hear for November? Now obviously, as always, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and just drop the rest. Okay, I think that's about right. Let's see what we've got. So we have the Two of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Page of Cups. Got two pages there, that's interesting. The Ten of Swords, more swords energy, the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Wands. Now, bottom of the deck, which is the energy that you may not be aware of, but that's, you know, working in the background, we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so a couple of things I noticed. You have two threes, you have two pages, so that's interesting, it's a repeat. Now number 3 is growth and expansion, and this is indicating that there is some kind of a period of growth for you, whether it be spiritual, emotional, you know, it really depends on what you're here for. But the Three of Pentacles, Pentacles being earth energy, this is to do with your physical realm. So it has to do with either your job, career, business, or your financial assets, or your home, and the relationships within. And the Three of Pentacles literally talks about growth, movement, moving forward, starting to see the results of having made a decision and moving. And I'm not surprised to see this here, because right in the heart of the matter, let me put this deck right here, right in the heart of the matter, you've got the Two of Swords. So basically a decision, a crossroad. Twos represents just that, and also duality and polarity. Swords is to do with air energy, so it's to do with the mental realm, so it's knowledge, it's thoughts, your views on the world, the truths. And the Two of Swords talks about having to make a difficult decision, because, you know, you may be feeling like you don't know enough about what you're having to decide on. Now, bearing in mind, I'm talking to you people who are Magicians, Wheels and Sun. We're talking about the number 1, which is, you know, opportunities, rebirth, and also number 10s, which is about culmination and completion. It's a very difficult place to be in, because obviously being born under these numbers, you are influenced by them. So being undecisive is not a place that you feel comfortable in. And there could be many reasons for this. You know, it could be because you've been hurt before, which we will talk about in a minute, or it could be because you just don't know enough. But your spirit team, with the Three of Pentacles, are working on making you grow, on a period of growth that's coming your way, you know, shaking you out of this 2, basically, to move to number 3. So over here we have your blind spot. Something that's preventing momentum for you. So what's keeping you in this Two of Swords energy is the Page of Swords. Pages represents news, generally speaking, you know, coming your way, but they also represent a desire or a need to learn. They're training, you know, to become knights. Swords is still this mental energy. So the Page of Swords is somebody who needs to research, who needs to know all the facts. So there could well be a bit of analysis paralysis going on from your part for some of you, because you may just be, you know, researching, trying to find out everything you need to know, feeling you're not ready, which is stopping your momentum. Or it's the opposite, and you kind of need to do that. You need to get more details so that you then gain the confidence to move out of this kind of blocked energy. And obviously take what resonates, because you are different people. So that's what I'm seeing here with this Page of Swords. And your best course of action really is the Three of Cups. So three, as I said, growth and expansion. Cups is the emotional realm. The Three of Cups talks about happiness, friends and families. So there could be a need to ask for help from your family, from your friend. Maybe a need to network if this is to do with business, you know, to extend your reach via connecting with other people. But generally speaking, the energy of this card is to not stay home on your own, okay? This is a card of, you know, really rejoicing with people around you. And that's in the position in this spread where it's your best course of action, you know, the advice. So either heed the advice coming from family and friends, or seek it, or maybe network. And if you are invited to a party or some kind of event, do not turn it down. That's a special message for someone out here. We then move on to this position here, and this is your core wound, something that's stopping you. And we have the Page of Cups. Now this is interesting because these two positions here in the spread, you have right here the blind spot, and then right here you have the core wound, and you have both pages. So I do see this as a sign. As I said, the Page of Swords here may well be for some of you analysis paralysis, you know, over-analyzing things, or not having enough and needing to research. Now, the Page of Cups, it's, you know, someone who's training to work out their feelings about somebody, about a relationship, about a situation. You know, take what resonates. So this is a card that says that you may have been hurt before. That's why I was talking about the reason why you are not moving is maybe because you've been hurt. Because for some of you, the Page of Cups in this position may indicate that, yeah, you've been hurt, and so now you're not quite so sure about what your heart is telling you. You don't know if you can trust your heart. And obviously this is something that needs to be healed. Some of you, that's a special message for someone out there. You've lost faith in your own compass, and you used to have faith in it. And I'm not surprised, because people who are born under the Magician, the Wheel, or the Sun are people who are, generally speaking, optimistic, and will make things happen. You know, try to see things in a good light and see the good in people. And people who, generally speaking, embrace change. And so being in this kind of energy is obviously not easy for you to run with. But this is something that needs to be healed so that you can move forward, so that you can drop your swords, basically, is what I'm trying to say to you. Now, in this position here, you have an external influence that you need to have a look at. And you have the 10 of Swords. So you have 10, which is your number for two of you, the Wheel and the Sun. For two signs anyway. The 10s is completion, culmination in the Swords energy. So what I like to see is the movement from 2 to 10. Obviously, progression is always a good sign in tarot. The 10 of Swords is, to me, the ultimate release. This is accepting something for what it is and releasing it, being okay with it. So if there is something that's hurt you, a core wound that you need to heal, it's coming to terms with this, and it's really closing that chapter. Because once you do, once you really let it go, and you may want to ask your angels to take away the burden, the pain, and you may want to do some shadow work, you know, go within, disconnect from people a little bit, take some time with yourself, and that's for somebody out there. I've just been told, and have a good cry, because it'll make you feel better. If some of you need to do that, you know, I mean, I know I do it sometimes, but it helps me release. And so when you do that, it's like the weight is lifted off your shoulders and you can finally move on, because blocking something that's hurt you is very toxic, and it needs to be looked at, because that's a core wound that you've got here as the Page of Cups. So you need to work on this. You know, this is something you need to evaluate. It is part of this spread for that reason. You know, there needs to be a closure, a final ending, so then you can move forward. Right here you've got the Four of Pentacles, and this is the place of an expected event or unexpected guide. Now, Four is strong foundation and stability. Pentacles is to do with the physical realm, as I've explained with the Three of Pentacles. This is being stable in your physical world. So having reached a point where you are actually safe, maybe your career has progressed to a level where you're comfortable, or you have your own home now, as in you have a roof over your head and you can pay your bills. You know, there's that idea of stability financially and in your life, generally speaking. And that may have been something that you did not think would happen. But it's coming, or it has just come. But this is a very, very nice place to be. It may represent having a nest egg, you know, some savings somewhere, which obviously can help you with your decision, if your decision is to do with monetary things or your job, for instance. So this is something that's good, something that's gonna support you. And I mean, what better card to have in a place of support as a number 4 card, which represents the strong foundation of anything that you've built, which is really nice. And then finally we have the Knight of Wands. Now this is the outcome for your highest good. Now Knights represents taking actions or things moving forward. Wands is passion, desires, it's your spirit, you know, when you really want something. So the Knight of Wands is somebody who's going to follow their passions 200%. They're just going to go for it, and it's a very fast energy. And so what I'm reading here for you is that the advice is that if you attend to this wound, this thing that you need to release, and you don't isolate yourself. You see, I'm getting the term isolation with this card a lot as well, because your guard is up. And if you actually accept the support from your family, your friends, your community, or if you even ask for it, or if you push yourself a little bit to go out and socialize and network, if you do all of that, then you'll be able to, you know, reignite that fire which you have, you know, as number 1s and 10s, you have that drive to create, the focus, the will, you know. The end of a cycle and the beginning of another is very Wheel of Fortune. Okay, people under the sun, you are people who are optimistic, you enjoy fun. So the Three of Cups should be an energy that you seek out. And this is also, you know, you're driven by success. Magicians, you have that, you know, adaptability, that curiosity, you think out of the box, you see potential and you get ignited about it and you take action. So this is really saying to you to really embrace the qualities of your birth card and to go for it. Move out of this, because this is not you, and really, really move forward and follow your heart is what I'm hearing. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you found this message helpful, or if you thought it resonated with you, particularly if you felt it resonated with you more than with your sun sign or moon sign or rising sign, do let me know in the comment box below. I'm very excited about starting to read according to tarot birth cards. You know, I'll still do the sun signs, but I do think it gives, you know, additional information. So do let me know in the comment box below, please. So I appreciate your time. It's your most precious commodity. Thank you for stopping by, and I wish you a beautiful month. And as always, I will see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.